Hello and welcome to the canal. I've just cast out. I've had an action-packed couple of days down in Cardiff where the new Saints, just had a little bite there as well. I've got a leaf on the line, so always check whenever you get a bite and then it doesn't develop. Where the new Saints were playing the Czech side Victoria Pilsen. 4-0 up, the new Saints, even though we were massively underdogs according to the bookies. And then the visitor scored a very late goal and a second one right into added time, the very end of it to be precise. The last kick of the game didn't even restart after that. So a 4-2 advantage going into the second leg. I didn't get home until well after 4 a.m. this morning. I was in bed by 4:30 and then 11:30 when I finally stirred from the pit. And I've been working today, all the post-match stuff, plus there's a game tomorrow as well, so it's thick and fast at the moment. But I made sure that I got just an hour in this evening on the canal, and I've had another little dip on the float there, so it looks like I will get some fish on the bank. And when you see me next, that's exactly what I'll have to show you. First one on its way, and as has been the pattern on this particular section that I've fished recently, the first one is a roach. Float going again, and I'm striking into something that is slightly bigger. I hope it's a perch. Let me just get the net. It's not a massive fish, but as always I use the net. It's another roach actually, but oh no, it's a perch. It didn't look that coloured as it came up through the water. Mind you, the boats have only just ceased for the night, so it is rather murky at the moment. I'll need the disgorger on that, but before I do get it out the tackle bag, there's the fish. Another movement of the float. It's going across, it's going down, and again a fish on. It's a nice bend on the rod. You can't see it there, of course. It's another perch, and it's a better one this time. Only marginally, but if they keep the tripod going there, it's balanced on my hold all. It's not going in the water though, that's the important thing. And I'm fishing with a very, very old iPhone on this occasion, because the one I used for my angling, unfortunately on a recent session I knocked it over and the glass shattered. Looked like a spider's web, and it's not working anymore. Very difficult to hit anything, so of course they're touch screen, aren't they? So I'm going to have to ditch that one and use this old one for now, the smaller one. And then when I have a new contract in a few months' time, my current best phone will become my angling recording one. There you go, better fish. As far as work's concerned, now I'm definitely ready for part-time now. I'll be 60 next birthday, and that's not that far away, because the weeks and the months soon roll into one, don't they? And I did share, if you follow my videos and adventures over a period of time, I did share a while back that I'd negotiated some reduced hours. Unfortunately, with all the European games that we've got on at the moment, and the domestic season starts tomorrow as well, that's not been possible. But I'm hoping that at some point in the near future I'll be able to get something sorted. I'd like to do maybe a couple of days a week ultimately. Well, we'll see what happens, won't we? And I just had a little dip on the float again there. That's not developing though. Let's pull in, shall we? Oh, it has a fish on the end. The reason it didn't develop is that I had the little dip, and it's the third fish as far as species are concerned of the evening, and it's the very first one that I caught all those years ago. that started me off the gudgeon. Actually, as you get older, you do want to slow down a bit, and your body tells you that as well, doesn't it? And one thing that I've never wanted to do, even when I was in my 20s, was to retire properly. A lot of people think when I'm 60, maybe 50 or 55 if you've got a pension or whatever the age may be. When I reach that age, I'll retire. I'll walk away from where I work or work in general, and I'll never go back again. I've never been like that. I've always wanted to carry on working, albeit though on a part-time basis. And I think actually, it's a very small perch there. I thought that was a gudgeon when it was coming up. That's a perch. I think though that by being part-time, you actually, I'll be back, you actually make yourself more employable. There could well be people watching this video who think, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind offering him a job. 2 days a week, I can afford that. It's more than a week, isn't it, where you've got to employ someone on a full wage. Now, I'm not saying I'm necessarily touting for a job there, but I'm just saying the power of the internet. You never know, do you, how jobs come the way of people. It's fascinating working in football. I talk to people, and we've just had a new guy join the staff. He was at Port Vale and worked at St George's Park as well, the England base in Staffordshire. And I was asking him how he'd got his various jobs along the way. And often it's a case of who you know, not what you know, isn't it? You've got contacts already. So if you're looking for a job, don't give up hope just yet. There may well be one around the corner. I should do a video at some point talking about how I came to be involved with the New Saints. Long story, but cutting that long story very short. I used to go up as a fan. I had a Wolves season ticket at the time, and flicking through the channels I came across S4C, Welsh speaking channel, Scorio, which is the Welsh version of Match of the Day. I like games that I started to watch. I liked them, then I wanted to go to one. I ended up going to the New Saints just as a fan, and then again, cutting a very long story short, I ended up working for the club, which is where I am now full time. And that journey has taken me across Europe, certainly across the UK, and most definitely across Wales. You never know, do you, where just random things that you do in your life can lead you somewhere. Just flicking through the channels on a Saturday afternoon, Wolves were away, so I was at home, and I came across a game, watched it, and look where it's ended up. I'm getting regular bites and also regular fish as well. As I often say, don't show everyone to the camera, particularly when they're the same type of fish, the same size or whatever. There was a little dip there. Not sure whether that was a roach or possibly a gudgeon. I think it might have been the latter. You can tell sometimes by the bite, the fish that's picked up the bait. I always show my setup as well for the benefit of those maybe watching for the first time. It's a small Shimano reel. That's a Gray's Prodigy float rod. That's 12 feet. I've got 4-pound Maxima Chameleon that goes right through to the hook. It's a small Drennan Waggler, and the hook in question is a size 16 Drennan Super Specialist, and I'm fishing with one maggot. I'm in the boat channel, and I'm fishing over brown crumb and mixed maggots. Very simple approach. It's my standard Canal setup, but it works, and that's the important thing. Not a massive fish. I've caught a few though on this short session. That's the biggest so far though. I say so far, I won't be here that long now, maybe a quarter of an hour. The days are definitely getting shorter, aren't they? And that's okay, because the 4 seasons that we have in the UK are very distinct, and as anglers we embrace them fully, don't we? So it's nice to come out in the summer like I am this evening in a t-shirt. Give it a few months time, I'll be wrapped up and it'll be dark by now. However, that's okay, because it'll be about different species, different venues, different approaches, different tactics. But ultimately, it's all about the fishing. Unless I catch something significantly bigger than I've had so far this evening, this will be over and out from me. So, I'll see you soon. And tomorrow, dwi'n mynd I Penrhyn Cork. I'm going to Penrhyn Cork. As the domestic season gets underway for the New Saints, it's the Welsh League Cup, round 2, as we travel to the Roosters for our first domestic game of the 2021-22 campaign.